Here's the breaking news. A fourth complaint has just been filed, and I want you to go ahead and bring us up to date if you possibly could on this.
Well, it's state court in DeKalb County, of course, right here in Georgia. But what's interesting about this fourth case that's come forward, and the young man's been identified as 22-year-old Spencer LeGrand, as I take a look at my notes here. Reportedly, the first contact between Bishop Eddie Long and this young man takes place not here in Atlanta at the New Birth Church, but at a subsidiary church up in Charlotte. Now, it is known that there are a number of these satellite congregations, but the Charlotte congregation was the first one to be opened after the main body of the church was opened here in Atlanta. So in March of 2003, according to this complaint, that young man, Spencer, is in the audience or in the whole parish complex on the very first time that a service is held there in Charlotte.
You and I spent a lot of time talking during the commercial, so I forgot to tell the viewers that I was talking to Marty Savage. So, Marty, thanks for coming out here and picking up the story for us. Is it the same allegations that we heard from the other young men, that he used his power, his prestige, gave them gifts, et cetera, in other words, as a way of getting to them, so to speak?
It is, except in this case, Rick, there seems to be more detail and more time that goes into this whole evolution of the relationship
between
the two.
What kind of detail?
Well, it starts off, again, the sexual intimate contact begins at the age of 17. Always important to note that, at least in the state of Georgia, age of consent is 16, so criminally cannot be prosecuted.
An adult can have sex with a teenager as long as that teenager is over 16 years of age.
And it turns out
And it's not a crime.
No, not
unethical, obviously, but not a crime.
So in July of 2005, when the young man, Spencer, turned 17, he gets invited by Bishop Long to go on his first trip. They go to Africa, they go to Kenya, and it is an 8-day trip, and it is during that trip that this young man, LeGrand, maintains that that's when Bishop Long makes his first sexual overtures, and that they sleep together for 8 nights during the whole trip, and that there is sexual intimate contact, that there are gifts, shopping sprees. And then after that, there come 2 more trips to Africa in 2006. This time, the young man is introduced by Bishop Long to Winnie Mandela. So, again, trying to show that these young men...
He's a powerful guy.
...are being introduced to all sorts of celebrities or government leaders as a result of being with Bishop Long. Then, as I move on...
By the way, is there anything in there as to why would you take this young man on a dignitary's trip to Africa like this?
It doesn't go into that specifically. But the next step after that is in 2007, Bishop Long, again according to this complaint, invites the young man to come to Atlanta, to enroll in college here, and supposedly pays all of his tuition fees. On top of that, provides him with an automobile, a Dodge Intrepid, and provides him with a place to live, a house in which this young man supposedly does not have to pay any rent, but is allowed to live. And then, of course, it's alleged that Bishop Long comes over and engages in sex.
And the allegation, of course, is that it's not just Bishop Long's personal money that he's using, but the money of the church.
The money of the church, yeah. And
so he's taking the money that he's taking from the till, so to speak, right?
Tax-exempt money, by the way, it should be pointed out. And he is apparently working with the knowledge of other members of the church, that they are aware, at least, that these houses are being provided, that the automobiles are being provided, that these gifts are being provided.
Wow. And this is the fourth.
Right. It just happened a few minutes ago.
Any chance there might even still be more? What are the lawyers saying? We'd heard out there
the lawyers have been, well, they don't like to talk about numbers. We're talking about B.J. Bernstein, who is the one who represents now all 4 of the people who have filed these suits. They won't specifically say numbers, but they do hint that there could be more people that come forward.
We just got this from our own folks here. They reached out to the folks who are handling the pastor, and we'll read this together here. Our position, this is from the pastor, or the pastor's people. Our position about the lawsuits has not changed. Bishop Long categorically denies the charges. We believe that it is unfortunate the young men have chosen to take this course of action. The defense team will review the complaints and respond accordingly to the appropriate time in the appropriate forum. But we're now 5 days into
this. To be Sunday, by the way. Bishop Long is going to have 2 services, 8 o'clock and 11 o'clock at the New Birth Church here in Atlanta. And he has said that he is going to speak out from the pulpit to talk about this case,
He's going to talk specifically to his parishioners.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Good stuff. Well, here we go. A 4th person, and, you know, we await the statement from Bishop Long still. Sunday, we'll have that for you right here. Marty, good stuff. Appreciate it.
Thank you.